Hey guys, Casey here, and I want to again thank you for last week's video feedback. It was fantastic and awesome. And so I'm really excited because it shows that people are really starting to get it. So today there's going to be a MACD strategy that you've all been waiting and asking for. And so I'm very excited about that. Plus, if you remember back from the last video, and I was talking about choosing someone to train, to a new trader, to teach them and show them how to have success quickly and easily. Well, I'm going to do that at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. Now, let's get started and dive into the strategy. The first thing I want you to know is that there's going to be two really key takeaways. Two key takeaways I want you to get from today. Number one is I want you to learn this MACD strategy. Okay, that's the first thing. A pretty simple strategy. I want to focus it on beginners. I want you to really walk away with this and know how to do it. Number two is I want you to download our free tool, and it's going to be in the description. But don't do it yet. Watch the video, then come back and get the tool. Now, on a video like this, I would honestly expect you guys to watch this many times until you really get the hang of it and you understand the strategy fully. Now, I want you to understand also that if you can do this strategy and you practice it exactly the way that I taught you, you will see really good results. And so before I do that, I want to get some commitment in the comments, because I'm not just teaching this for my fun or just to hear myself talk or even to grow my YouTube channel. I'm teaching this so that you get this, right? So what I'm going to ask, I'm doing a big ask right here, and I'm going to ask that we get people to commit to taking this strategy for 10 trades. For 10 trades. If you can commit to that, just let me know in the comments. Hit the like button and just say, yes, I will commit. I am looking for committed people to help them become successful traders. So just let me know in the comments if you are willing to commit that. Because like I said at the beginning here, I want you to teach the strategy. And really, I can't teach anything if you're not going to commit to learning it. So you've first got to make that commitment in your own mind that you're going to do it. So just go ahead and write that in the comments. All right. Now, I'm going to jump right in and we're going to go to step one. So step one is we pull up a chart. And right here I have the USD Canadian chart. And on this chart, we have some indicators that I want you to look at. And we're going to start on the daily time frame. And the indicators are the Savvy MACD, which is below, and that's a free tool that I give anybody that uses the MT4 platform. Now, if you don't have the Savvy MACD, if you don't have MT4, you can use any MACD. But if you do have MT4, you might as well get our MACD because it has a lot of features like alerts and other things, and it's absolutely free. Okay, so that's step one. Add the MACD. You also want to add the 200 period moving average, which is this gold one, 200 period simple moving average. And then also we have the 20 period simple moving average, and that's this blue one. So we have the MACD, Savvy MACD, the 200 period moving average, and the 20 period moving average. And that's all the indicators that we're going to need. So when you have those indicators, you can go ahead and look at any chart. For this example, I'm just going to look at the USD CAD, but this will work on any chart. And we want to find which direction the trend is going. And that's pretty simple, is what we're just going to look for the direction of the MACD versus the color. And so right now, the color of this MACD is red. And then we're also going to look at below the 200 period moving average. So once we have that, we want to try to find down trades. And we kind of want to look at the momentum too. So currently right now, this is in a sideways. So we can find that by just looking and drawing a little box here. You can see this is a sideways. It doesn't mean we can't take a trade, but we just need to be aware that it's been in this range since October 14th. So about 2 weeks it's been going sideways. So we want to be aware of that. But that's actually a great opportunity for a breakout of this little box as well. So now that we have the MACD, we have everything. Now we want to go to a lower time frame. And once we get to the lower time frame, we want to make sure that we are trading in the direction of the trend. So I prefer to trade short. I would like to sell this because it's a downtrend. And how do we know the trend? Well, we'll go back to the daily. It's because of the 20-period moving average and the 200-period moving average, right? So we're going back to the daily there. Okay. Now we're going to go back to the hourly. And so how do we find a trade? Well, if it's currently red here, we want to try to wait for price to come back up into the green, right? So right here we had a setup happening. You see where the price was moving up, right? Even though on the daily it's moving down. So what we have is we have the price on the daily moving down, but on the hourly it's moving up. And what we want to understand is that the daily is the dominant time frame. It's what's calling the shots. We want to trade what the daily's telling us to do. And so I'm not going to trade along unless the daily is lined up. So I'm trying to find the hourly time frame and the daily time frame in unison. And that unison will then drive the price to move much further. And so in this case, you can see just recently we had a green. You can see that green right here. Price was moving up, and then all of a sudden it turned red. And so if we could actually draw like a little trend line here. You know, you see that, and then price broke right here. And what happened when it broke? Well, the MACD changed over. So we had a price break and a MACD. So at this point, I would have added my entry right here. I would have added my entry right here about 123.84. And one thing, you don't just want to go on a MACD cross, but you also want to look for some kind of price action signal with a resistance level. So in this case, this level broke. You can see this level here broke, the trend line broke, and the MACD cross. So you got all these things happening, and it's in the same direction of the trend. Now, when that happens, I'm like, okay, and I saw the power here. I'm going to go, and I'm going to add my stop loss right up here. Okay? Add it right up there. Now that we do that, we enter the trade. We got to say, what is the trade management? Because trade management is really important in trading. And we then will have a 1% risk on the trade. I want you to keep that in mind, 1% risk and a 2% target. So you risk 1% and you target 2. So in this case, you would have had your risk 46 pip stop loss, and that means your target, actually your stop might have been a little like 44 pips, so your target would have been 80 some pips. And so right down here, 44 times 2 is 88, and so right here you can see it just barely hit the target. Okay? So in this position, this particular trade was a winner. Now, not all trades are going to be quite that large because it depends on what your stop has. So if you want to have a less of a target, you're going to have to tighten your stop up a little bit. But you want to also remember that when you tighten your stop, your risk percentage goes down. And so if you have a nice stop above your support level, your resistance level, if you do that right above those levels, that's going to help your win rate. Now, another thing to note on trade management is I do like to begin to lock in profit. So once you get to about the halfway point, I would then like to lock in my profit. So let's say this didn't come down and hit the target and it came back out, at least I would have been at break even. And in this position, I would have put my stop, I would have moved my stop right here to break even, and I'd still be in this trade if this didn't hit, but this actually did. But if it didn't, I'd still be in. And as it continues to get closer and closer, I can move my trailing stop. And so how you do that is up to you. One way that I like to do it is sometimes I'll use this 20-period moving average. When price closes above, I would have closed out here. So I could either if I didn't hit the target, I could have closed my stop and trade out here. So your goal is to try to make a 2%, but you're not going to quite hit 2 every time. especially if you're trailing your stop. Now, one other thing I want to talk about now is risk management. I want to talk about risk management. So I created this little thing here on a $100 account. If you have a $100 account and you look here, we're going to take a 10 trades, and I want to run through what would happen, why this is so important. So this is 1 week. That means we're going to find 2 trades a day. 2 trades a day, and it doesn't take a lot of time to do this once you get good. 2 trades a day would be 10 trades per week. All right, now I'm going to do a 1% loss on a $100 account is $1. Then a 2% winner is $2. A 1% loss, a 1% loss, and then trade 5 is a 0. It's a break-even trade. We're going to write break-even. Okay, and then on trade number 6, we have a winner, and then we have another winner, and so we are now racking up a couple wins. Then we have a loser, another winner, and then a loser. So at the end of the 10 trades, we're at 4 wins, 5 losses, and 1 break even. So that is less than a 50% win rate. And with this, if you get good at it, you can get above 50, usually 50 to 60. But I just wanted to show you how this can work if you, even if you don't win a good percentage, you can still make money. Because in this case, after I added all this up, it was $3 in profit, which is 3%. That's 3%. So that's 3% in 1 week. And if you do that every week, that's 12% a month. And that is tremendous, tremendous results, 12% a month. In fact, I have a chart here that I'm going to show you. If you do 12% a month, you would be able to triple your account in 1 year. Take a look at this chart. It's really solid. You would actually go, you would really grow your account quite a bit. So that here will show you, you can see all the way up to $389. So almost quadrupling your account in 1 year. That's pretty good trading, if you know what I mean. So that is the strategy. That's how we have it all set up. Now, what I want to show you now is we're going to go ahead and get you to leave a comment and commit to doing this for 10 trades, and then coming back and letting me know what your results are. I want to know if you are losing, if you're winning, whatever they are. I want to see how many people we can get to actually commit to doing this for 10 trades. If you're in on it, just go ahead and type that in. Now, let's go ahead now and go to last week's video, and I'm going to pull up the video. You can see here it is. And I want to just thank you for all. We had 171 likes. That was above and beyond what I was expecting. But right now, I'm going to pick someone here. And the person I'm going to pick for this, I'm just going to scroll through, and I'm going to choose Alper. And Alper, if you're watching, you win. You get a session with me. We will arrange the time. Just comment Alper, and we'll work together. So again, thank you so much. Thank everyone here for participating, and we will see you guys in the next video. I've got a lot of good stuff coming out, some reversal training. We're actually getting in the process of launching a prop firm. So we're really going to the next level to helping traders be successful, and you guys are a big part of that. So thank you all.